Brownie, I guess in the end, the weather really won this one.
It did, didn't it? Yeah, it's a shame actually. I thought it was a really good game brewing after a couple of days. I thought we played really well, early on in the game. And then Kent came back at us with that stand with Zach Crawley. But we still were in a really good position. I just think when it rains like this and the forecast as it was, it just sort of sucks the life out of the game, doesn't it? And clearly it's a lot easier, obviously, for some in Kent's position to kind of take the sting out of the game when there's not so much time. So it was a shame. I thought it was a really good game brewing. We played good cricket this week, and then obviously the back end of the game is spoilt by the weather.
You mentioned the way Kent played, and they did bat very well, but I guess you were hampered as well by being a bowler down and what's a pretty flat track, or certainly a track that came quite flat.
I thought it was a really good wicket. Yeah, as you say, obviously we were a bowler down in the game, and the conditions got a lot better. I think it was more tricky to bat in the first innings, more because of the overheads. It was so dark, obviously, and the drizzle around, the lights are on. But I thought the wicket was fantastic. It was bounce and carry the whole game, so that was a real positive again. Another top wicket prepared at home for Championship cricket, which is a real bonus. But yeah, clearly, obviously, Jofra returned form. Obviously, didn't go to plan, which is really sad for him, and probably hampered us a little bit in the second innings. But as I say, I think if the weather stayed away, that was a good game of cricket brewing.
Ian mentioned last night that there was some confusion about Jofra's ability to bowl yesterday and today. Obviously seemed to catch you a bit by surprise. Just explain the situation for us there.
Yeah, we just got our wires crossed. I thought Jofra was going to bowl in the match. He meant he was going to try in the warm-up, and apparently that didn't go quite to plan. So yeah, it's a really difficult situation for Joff to manage. Clearly he's a guy who loves bowling, and it's almost like having such a talent and almost a toy taken away from him. Not being able to bowl like he bowls. It's really, really sad for him at the moment. And obviously, look, it hampered the team this week, but the bigger picture is obviously, we want to see Joff steaming in, playing Test cricket for England, hopefully winning Ashes series for England. So, this week isn't the priority, and I do feel really sorry for him, and hopefully we can see him fully fit soon.
Got a bit of a break now, a week off next week. I suppose it's time to reflect on the opening 6 games. We've won 1 game, but we could easily probably have won 3 or 4. What's your assessment of how this side has performed at this stage?
I think it's been really exciting 6 weeks. I think we've played some really good cricket at times. Clearly we haven't done it for long enough periods, but particularly at Yorkshire and Lancashire home games, I think another day we could have won both of those. Probably a little bit of experience cost us in the end, but a really exciting 6 weeks. I think the way some of the boys have played and have improved on last year's performances as well. Shows that everyone's growing into their roles, we're learning, we're getting better. So it's been a really positive 6 weeks, not without challenge. 6 weeks with a small squad and a young squad is really challenging, but I'm personally really proud of how the squad has dealt with the challenges. I think we had 1 poor game at Northants, we know that was a blip. But other than that, I think we played some really good cricket over the 6 weeks, and I hope there's a lot to be excited about for Sussex fans.
Has the team performed better than you perhaps thought they might, given the experience levels?
I think in some regards, yeah, I think so. I think the way we did pre-season, I started to get that sort of really hopeful feel, but you never know. You never know when we take a young side out onto the field, you never know what can happen, but I think we've competed fantastically. Yes, we would like a couple more results to go the other way. Could easily have done in other situations. That's not quite happened yet, but in terms of our development, I'm really pleased.
And I guess this break probably can't come soon enough. It is a small squad, and the guys will be tired. I guess it's a real good opportunity to come back for the next game, fit and firing.
Absolutely, and it's been a very tiring schedule. We've had 6-day weeks over the last 6 weeks. Hard physical training to go with the matches, obviously. And when you're a young side, every day, every session is hard because you're competing hard to stay in games. It's taxing. I think you have a more experienced side. It's a little bit easier, more used to it. So, yeah, there's definitely some tired bodies, tired minds, and we need to rest. We need to take our rest seriously, take our time away from the game, and come back refreshed for that Northampton game.
Very finally, a word for Ian, who obviously you're formed the core of the leadership group with. 6 games into his career as head coach at Sussex, how do you assess how things have gone for him?
I think he's been brilliant. He's so positive. He's positive every single day. He's a very caring person, and I think he's remained absolutely level-headed throughout this 6 weeks, which I think is really important for us as a team. it really helps me coming off the field. I've got a level-headed coach who's very, much thinking about the game. He has a great partnership with James Kirtley, who he's known for a long time. So yeah, it's been really, really good to work with Sauls. I think he's fantastic for the young cricketers. He has a huge amount of passion and empathy for the young players. And I think he's been brilliant over the 6 weeks. As I say, there's been ups and downs as you would expect with a young side, but to have a coach so level-headed, so positive every day, has been fantastic and a great privilege for me to be captain for him.